Hello, this is Thoughtful Thursdays, but I am not Amy Morgan. I am Beth LaRocca Pitts, one of the other pastors at Oak Grove United Methodist Church, and this is Thoughtful Thursday. Amy Morgan is taking a much deserved day off today, so I am blessed to be able to lead you in a little bit of imaginative recreation of Isaiah chapter 35. What I'm calling imaginative recreation is just a process of letting your mind place you within the landscape of a biblical story. So, as we start this practice today, place yourself in a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes and let us begin with 2 deep, relaxing breaths to signal our bodies to relax. Breathe in, hold it, and let it go. Breathe in, hold it, and let it go. Now, as I read to you from Isaiah 35, I want you to be comfortable and close your eyes and use your imagination to place yourself in the scene that the prophet describes. For this chapter of Isaiah, picture a desert in the summertime. Imagine it brown and dusty and dry. If you're not a visual person, imagine how the desert heat feels, or what the desert air smells like. Imagine yourself standing for a moment in that desert heat. Now imagine that God is pouring water on the desert in your mind, and imagine how that desert changes as I read to you from the prophet Isaiah chapter 35. The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossom. Like the crocus, it shall blossom abundantly and rejoice with joy and singing. The green glory of Lebanon shall be given to it, the majestic trees of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord, the majesty of our God. Could you see the desert changing, going from dry and dead to green and alive? Now imagine the people of the Israelites returning from Babylon across hundreds of miles of dry desert places. In your mind, put yourself in the crowd of families traveling together back home to Israel and hear the continuing words of the prophet. Be strong, weak hands. Be firm, feeble knees. Say to those who are of fearful heart, be strong and do not fear. Here is your God. He will come with vengeance, with terrible recompense. He will come and save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the speechless sing for joy. For the waters shall break forth in the wilderness, and streams in the desert. The burning sand shall become a pool, and the thirsty ground springs of water. The haunt of jackals shall become a swamp. The grass shall become reeds and rushes. Can you feel the relief of the people who were once surrounded by desert and now have more than enough water to drink? Can you feel a cool breeze blowing through the desert? Now imagine God making the way clear for you. Imagine how the road stretches on before you, plain and clear, leading to home. Isaiah describes that road that God will build for us when he writes, "A highway will be there, and it shall be called the Holy Way. The unclean shall not travel on it, but it shall be for God's people. No traveler, not even fools, shall go astray. No lion shall be there, nor shall any ravenous beast come upon it. They shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. Finally, imagine yourself arriving at home, a home you have not seen in many years. Imagine as you come over the rise of the hill and get that first unobstructed view of the place where you once lived. Isaiah writes of this, "The ransomed of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with singing. Everlasting joy shall be upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away." Can you see the outline of the home you long to see? And the clear, unobstructed road that leads up to it? The image of home is one that we all cherish in our hearts, no matter where that home might be. Rest for a moment in the joy of being safe at home. Feel the peace that comes from knowing that you are right where you belong. Now take one of those deep breaths in. Hold on to it. Then breathe it out. Then take another one of those deep breaths in. Hold on to it. Then breathe it out. Now open your eyes. I hope this exercise has been helpful to you. You can do this sort of biblical reading with yourself at any time, just by letting yourself and your imagination step inside the scenes that the Bible describes for us. Read a little bit and then let your mind recreate for yourself a feeling of being in the place where the story takes place. Being in the crowds or in the markets or alone on the hill by the Sea of Galilee with Jesus. You don't have to know exactly what the biblical place looks like to put yourself there in spirit and in your mind. It's a wonderful way to find involvement in the text in a new way and to be able to explore it with your spirit and with your imagination and be fed by that. It's been fun being with you for Thoughtful Thursdays this week. Next week, Amy will be back, and I know she'll love being with you again. Until then, take care.